When a marriage falls apart, the legal system prepares for war. Spouses will spend months, sometimes years, fighting over the big tickets: the family home, the retirement portfolios, the luxury vehicles. But what happens when the fight isn't over a piece of real estate or a mutual fund? In 2015, one Ontario couple took their incredibly bitter separation all the way to the Superior Court of Justice. But tucked inside the grand division of their worldly possessions, one absurdly small item brought the entire proceedings to a screeching halt. A line item totaling exactly $34.84 in Canadian Tire money. Welcome to Exhibit Absurd. For the viewers tuning in from outside the Great White North, we need to talk about what Canadian Tire actually is. It is not just a place where you go to get a flat tire patched. Canadian Tire is essentially the secular church of Canadian suburban life. It is a giant, big box chain that sells an impossibly wide variety of goods. If a massive blizzard is coming, you go there for a snow shovel. If you buy a new house, you go there for light bulbs and lawnmowers. It is an industrial, suburban staple. And because everyone shops there, absolutely everyone participates in its strangest tradition. Enter the Sandy McTire economy. Introduced in 1958, Canadian Tire Money is a physical, paper-based customer loyalty program. When you pay with cash, the store hands you colorful paper coupons that look exactly like Monopoly money. You collect these tiny bills, pile them up over years, and use them as store credit to discount a future purchase. To understand just how seriously Canadians take this paper, you have to look at the criminal underworld. This fake money became so culturally iconic that people actually tried to counterfeit it. There have been legitimate criminal heists in Canada where thieves broke into businesses, completely ignored the electronics, and instead stole briefcases full of Canadian Tire money, treating it like a Vegas bank robbery. It is a deeply ingrained cultural currency. And this couple had diligently collected exactly $34.84 of it. When marriages end in Ontario, you tally up the value of everything you acquired as a unit, subtract your debts, and split the final value evenly. Family court judges in Ontario have seen it all. When spite takes over, people lose their minds. Divorcing couples have forced highly educated judges to formally divide half-empty bottles of liquor, heavily used snow shovels, and even cheap plastic Tupperware containers. The separation of Nikolaev and Fakhredinov in 2015 was exactly this type of notorious bitter battle. When they reached the line item for their accumulated Canadian Tire rewards, they hit a brick wall. Neither the husband nor the wife was willing to waive their right to the stack of Sandy McTires. It wasn't about the purchasing power. $34 cannot even buy a high-end windshield wiper blade. It was about pure, unadulterated spite. Because neither party would back down, they did the only logical thing left to do. They instructed their lawyers to litigate it. Let's do the visual math on this absolute absurdity. Family law attorneys in Ontario are highly specialized professionals, easily charging upwards of $400 an hour. Drafting a basic affidavit to formally claim the retail points? That's 2 hours of work, $800. Sitting in the courthouse hallway waiting for your case to be called? Another $400. Standing in front of the judge in a tailored suit to argue over the paper money for 30 minutes? $200. Congratulations! Arguing over $34 in store credit just cost you a minimum of $1,400 in actual government-backed cash. It was an economic paradox fueled entirely by the desire to see the other person lose. When the case finally landed in court, the presiding judge refused to play the game. And we know this because the judge was Justice Alex Pazaratz, a man legally famous in Canada for writing incredibly sarcastic, frustrated rulings when petty couples waste his courtroom's time. Here is how Justice Pazaratz has previously described this exact kind of behavior on the record. How many tens of thousands of dollars did these parties spend on lawyers? How many days and months of their children's lives did they miss, merely to accomplish exactly what they could have accomplished if they had simply listened to the judge? Faced with two highly vindictive litigants demanding a formal adjudication over $34 in store credit, Justice Pazaratz applied the most blunt force, playground-style logic available. He took the $34.84 account, flatly refused to spend another second analyzing it, split it exactly down the middle, and legally awarded each party precisely $17.42. The legendary case of Nikolaev and Fakhredinov stands as a permanent master class in losing the forest for the trees. It is a monument to what happens when human pride completely blinds people to economic reality. Sometimes, winning the principle means completely draining your wallet. If you want to uncover more bizarre evidence, petty standoffs, and chaotic archives from the strangest corners of legal history, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below on what you would fight for in a divorce, and drop a like on this video. We'll see you next time on Exhibit Absurd.